What's up, everybody? Got another day, another segment of Frankly My Dear. Just doing a quick recap of last night's game, Warriors Rockets game 3. And also going to do a quick preview of tonight's game, the Celtics and Cavaliers game 4. So I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to be honest, I caught the game at the beginning of the second quarter. So, my review is pretty much on from the second quarter forward. So pretty much you could kind of tell from the beginning that the Warriors were going to pull away, okay? The Rockets, they came out, turning the ball over, and against the Warriors, you turn the ball over, that's all she wrote. You got no chance in hell of winning. So, they start out turning the ball over, Harden disappearing act again, another year, another playoff, another Harden disappearing act. I mean, this dates back to me, how he cost the Thunder in the finals that year they played the Heat. They could have got any production from him. I feel they would have had a better chance in that series. But anyways, just had to go back a little bit. But yeah, man, So yeah, man, Harden, did his disappearing act. He was horrible on defense. I mean, no effort whatsoever. Didn't even try, And it's just, it's like, man, you kind of just, it almost remind me of the Raptors sometimes, man. In the sense you kind of want to be done with, guys like him, because they just don't know how to, they just can't step up in the playoffs, man. And, speaking of another guy who can't step up, Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul really hasn't been that good this series, man. He had one game, I think game 1 he scored 23, but to me he didn't play good, even with 23. He didn't control the pace of the game. He didn't bring anything to the table, And yesterday, he was getting frustrated, trying to bump stuff and do little silly stuff, man. And that, to me, that just shows his mental weakness, man. To me, that shows me why he hasn't won the title yet. This shows me why this is his first conference final, and then, Steph finally turned it on and lit them up in the third quarter, man, and that was all she wrote. I mean, they beat these guys by 40 points in a playoff game. A team that won 65 games just got beat by 40 points in a conference finals playoff game. Let that sink in, okay? And man, I predicted before the series it would go 5. To me, the thing with the Rockets, man, this just shows that to me it's poor coaching. Poor coaching. That's the way they play in the playoffs, man. It's just showing poor coaching because they're not consistent. From game to game. They look nothing. They came, and it's not even about, of course teams always look different on the road, but it's more so they came out and went right back to what they did game 1. They went right back to what they did game 1. It was just, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it was trying to prove, I don't know if they don't realize they have to play that way the whole series to win this series. I don't know, but if Curry is playing like that, it really is gonna be over in 5, and I'm starting to feel like it will be. I feel like next game, if the Rockets don't come out hot, they're gonna get blew off the court. That series gonna be over, okay? But yeah, man. So we'll see how they adjust, man. See if they start playing an ISO ball. See if Chris Paul actually has his fingerprints on the game, next game, and see how they bounce back. But anyways, on to the Celtics and Cavs. I must admit, last game, game 3, I was actually my birthday weekend, so I was actually watching live at a fight, but I was watching the game on my phone. So I did see most of the game. I did stop watching it sometime in the third quarter. That's when the main event started, and at that point the game was over. Okay, the Celtics, the Celtics that couldn't score, they showed up again, man. They've been horrible on the road in the playoffs. That's why I didn't get too excited, when they took those first 2 at home. I knew this series was far from done. because the Celtics, like that offense, that's pretty much how they were all year. To be honest, they without Kyrie, that's pretty much how they played. They had these cold streaks where they just get blew off the court. And that's what happened. They LeBron doing dunk contest, dunks, catching lobs. It just had no chance. Okay, no chance. LeBron played defense. Even though he didn't play, I mean, he's still. I mean, he played good defense for where he is at now in his career. Let's put it that way, okay? But, he needs to bring that same defensive aggression every time because I feel like their team feeds off that. They feed off when LeBron is playing hard, moving on defense, okay? Now, is it, I got to take a slight shot at LeBron. It's a little easier to try to, show or act like you're playing defense against a team that, doesn't really have a Kevin Durant on. Let's put it that way, So, it's pretty easy to kind of make it look like you're doing a lot when it's against Jaylen Brown. No disrespect to Jaylen Brown. But he played defense, man, and he energized the team, and they were able to beat the hell out of the Celtics, okay? But I will say, I think Game 4 is going to be the best game in this series. I think the Celtics are going to realize that they can end it. I feel like the Celtics are going to realize if they win this game, they can end it. And I think they're going to come out with that intensity. I think they're going to come out with intensity like this is do or die. Because I think whoever wins this game is going to win this series. And people may say that it's not a bold statement, but it really is. Because you would be saying that the Cavs won pretty much 4 in a row. Because I don't think the Cavs can beat them in a Game 7 in Boston. Okay? So I think if the Cavs win this game, I think they're gonna steal the next one in Boston. Boston gonna be deflated, and I think they're gonna close them out at home. Okay, but I think this is gonna be the best game of the series, man. I think it's gonna be tight. I think both teams will come out with a sense of urgency. I think both teams know that this is the pivotal game, man. That whoever wins this game is gonna have all the momentum, to go on and win this series. Okay. But we'll see how it goes. See if the offense can get going again. See if the Cavs come with that same defensive intensity. They don't have that 3-day rest this time. I feel that 3-day rest helped them guys a lot. To be able to play with that intensity. So we're gonna see how they come out today. See if they play some defense again today. If they do, we'll be going back to Boston tied up. And if Boston wins, they may take it. They may take it in Game 5. I really do. These Cavs players, I know it's hard to see a LeBron team going out in 5, but these Cavs players, man, they're not the same guys. They're not the same guys who were winning those titles. Some of the guys are still there. The core of those guys, but some of them guys are older. And frankly, aren't playing as good as they were playing in the years when the Cavs did win that title. So. It's going to be interesting to see if they go down 3-1, how their mindset is, especially for guys like Clarkson and Nance, and George Hill, he's played some deep playoff basketball, but at the same time, he ain't won nothing neither, okay? So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys' mindset is if they go down 3-1. Okay, but I do think we're going to see a more motivated Celtics and Cavalier Celtics team, and I think the Cavs still going to be very motivated too. This is the series right here. But anyways, man, that's just my quick view on things, man. Please hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Y'all have a productive day. 1.